All right, welcome, betters. We are live finally. Holy cow. All right, hope y'all are doing well. Beautiful Wednesday afternoon, May 1st, our monthly live stream. Again, we do this. This is only our second time, but we're going to be consistent with it, just like I do the daily videos. On the 1st of every month, I will be doing a live stream. You can ask me anything. We're going to interact here in the comments and just kind of go for, hour and a half, 2 hours. And that's it. Just you and I talking, hanging out. Let's do this. I got my coffee, my vetted cup. Okay, what can I show that right? Boom. Let's do this. Hope everyone's doing great. And yes, look, it's a little trolling for me to put that in the title. Like, is Patrick a CIA plant? I got that comment. I don't know when it was. But I just thought, it was in the comments video that I made. I just thought it was kind of funny because that is something that is just so talked about in this community. People being government agents, shills, double agents, working for the government, right? CIA plant. And I knew even me going to DC was going to throw people for crazy. Look, I went to Annapolis for a wedding and went to DC for a little day trip, right? But if you're familiar with that part of the country, it's all right next to each other. So I just thought that was funny. And I thought I'd put it because, again, we need to laugh a little bit. We need to have a little humor in this with this situation. But to be fair, look, I understand that we cover a lot of like cover-ups and things. So there has been a history of some people being disinformation agents. But rest assured, that is not me. That doesn't mean I don't say things that are wrong sometimes. We all do. Okay. Even vetted needs to be vetted. But anyway, let's get to some questions, y'all. Let's just start with this one. Clips. Does Patrick have a house plant? No, unfortunately, I don't. I would love to say yes. I always kill them. I never can keep plants alive. For some reason, I'm just not good with that. I can have a little like herb garden. I've done that before, but yeah, I'm not good with plants. So Gem Girl asks, yes, married, no kids. It's a little personal, no worries. Absolutely. All good. No kids. All right, let's see what we got here. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the mods that are going to be working in the chat today. Please, guys, just be respectful. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy this conversation. Let's just hang out. They do a great job of just keeping, things together, right? So thank you to them and what they're doing. Okay, guys. Pavel writes, can Patrick sing? Shout out to Pavel, guys. If you haven't already, go check out his channel. For sure. You're going to want to do that. Okay. Can Patrick sing? I mean, I sing. I don't know if it's good, or not, but, yeah, I enjoy, picking up the guitar and knocking out a few tunes. Hello, Allie writes, she's one of our mods. Welcome her to the team. Her channel as well. Check out her channel. We got everyone here today, y'all. What do you think of the statement Jason Sams made through UAP United? We covered it in one of our deep dives, so please go check that out on our channel. I've got, I think, 3 videos about Jason Sands, and then obviously I was able to interview Danny Sheehan and get the first comments about Jason Sands from Danny Sheehan. The UAP United, it's a little weird, right? It just pops up out of nowhere. And, I don't know. It's a statement, right? Again, we're in this situation that we find ourselves a lot in this community and in this topic, which is you can verify up to a point. It's like, did Jason Sands work for the government? Yes. Did he do this? Yes. Did it? Yes. But then you get into the fantastical parts of people's stories, right? The parts that really people want to know that gets verified, right? Did he interact with the non-human intelligence, right? That's what cannot be verified. And 99.9% of the time, I mean, at this point, 100%, none of it can be, that stuff can be verified. So, I don't know. I'm just here. I report the stuff. Y'all decide where to go with it. I just leave it open and see what happens right down the road. Because again, there's just no way to verify a lot of that stuff. So, thank you to, holy cow, dude. I don't know how to say that name. Writers Forever, just to win. Riders Forever, just to win. Did I get that right? Holy shit. This is like Balderdash, y'all. Day trip. Sure you did, Patrick. See, you can't escape it, y'all. No matter what I say or do, people are always going to think that somehow there's something dubious behind it. What do I do? You know what I do? I ignore it and I just do my work. And that's it. Jeff Mallow says, first of all, great haircut. Look at this guy's hair, y'all. Holy cow. Great hair, dude. Are you getting James Fox back on? I mean, there's nothing confirmed. Do I want to? Absolutely. Again, I have interviewed James before, and definitely when his film comes out, I'm sure he's going to be doing press for it, just like he did press for Moment of Contact, which is how I interviewed him the last time. So I'm sure that will be part of the process, and I'm sure we'll get him on. But that'll be months. That won't happen until the film is literally a week or two out from being released. That's when you start doing PR. So that's when I imagine James is going to start doing interviews. Okay. That's how it worked last time. And I'm sure that's how it'll work again. Sorrowin says, really enjoyed the Sheehan interview. Thank you. Yes, I also enjoyed it. And Danny, I'm sure will be coming back on soon for sure. Kenneth Mateo says, what do you do for a living? This is what I do for a living right here. This is my full-time job. Has anyone else heard about this Mario Woods that has come forward? I'm sure a lot of people have heard about Mario Woods. Absolutely. Could you play a couple chords on the guitar for us? The guitar is in the case. I'm not about to go get all that out, but yeah, I can play lots of chords. That's not going to do anything. Maybe one day I'll do a live. You know what? Next live stream on what would it be? June 1st. I'll bring out the guitar and we'll do a little tinkering around. How's that sound? That would be fun. Andrew Wright says, can we get Y'all Gang t-shirts? That's a great idea. Look, I have fallen so behind on the merch, y'all. I had some other t-shirts that were supposed to come out. I've fallen so behind. I do apologize. I don't like doing stuff like that. My main goal is to make sure videos get out every day and keeping the content. And sometimes some of the stuff on the periphery just falls to the side. So I apologize. I do need to get on that and get some of these t-shirts out that a lot of people want. So I apologize. I promise we are going to get in on that. There's going to be a lot of relief coming for myself. So that'll free up a little more time. But with that said, I got a lot of great videos coming out, a lot of stuff. I'm putting a lot of work behind the scenes, y'all, to bring a lot of great content that's going to be coming up here in May. Okay. Great interviews, great videos that I have planned. There's a lot of great stuff. This is going to be a great month for Vetted, y'all. Right here. What do you think about the criticism against content creators or journalists who try to make a living from reporting on this topic? I think it's bunk, right? It doesn't make any sense. Again, you're trying, just in your question, it answers itself. You're trying to make a living, right? This is my job. I don't know. Do you get mad if you go to a restaurant and order a dish and then they ask you to pay for it? No. It's literally how our economy is set up across the world. All right. Pretty simple. So yeah, I'm not in agreement with that criticism. Now, you could criticize how they do it, right? That is open for criticism. But the fact that they do it, what are we talking about here? Right? Great question, Pablo. Giovanni Garniato. Can I say it with a little Italiano? Question: if the UAP phenomenon is determined to not exist, what does that say about the human psyche? Great question, man. Great question. I could say a lot of things, right? And that it will say whatever people, again, I always think of it like, what do we have? Like 9 billion people on the planet, right? Like that's how many worlds there are on this planet because everyone lives in their own head, in their own world. So what does that say about the human psyche? It says a lot, but it's going to mean something different to everybody. But when you say determined to not exist, that it doesn't, that, I mean, that kind of doesn't make sense in the sense that that doesn't mean it wouldn't exist forever. Does that make sense? You might say it doesn't exist right now, but that, you know what I mean? And it's just UAP just means unidentified anomalous phenomena. That will always exist. There will always be things we don't know around us. Right? That never goes away. So I just don't even think that's possible, if I'm being honest. But still, great question. It leads to conversation, right? So any question like that is a good question. Gem Girl says, I can create t-shirts for you. I love doing creative stuff. No, I appreciate that, Gem Girl. We got a team, we got stuff to work on this. So, but I definitely appreciate that offer. And Daniel here, who helps run the Discord, y'all, the man right here, says, I can help you with the vetted. Okay. Look, maybe we'll talk about that. Wax Factory, did you see the Twitter beef between Ashton and Kim.com? I did. And you know, it's interesting. I stay out of Twitter beefs, you know. I support Ashton and his journey and what he's doing. So, you know, that's between him and them, and I stay out of it. You know, I just don't get involved on Twitter, y'all. I just don't. Look at this guy. Can you play an E minor, 7th flat, 5 and 4th inversion? Probably not. Marshall Vian Summers claims that extraterrestrials are already here. Well, he's not the only one. That's why this channel, I mean, a lot of people claim that. Patrick, you didn't ask Sheehan if the alien interview he was referring to was the 1996 alien interview brought forward by Victor. You need to ask him, please. Yeah, look, I had a lot of questions that I wanted to ask Danny, but all that Jason Sand stuff that came out, and you hear me at the beginning of the interview say that. I had more questions for you, but this is relevant, so we're going to go with that. That's part of podcasting an interview, is that you have to know how to adapt to the moment and the situation. Look, that alien interview and all that, that's not going anywhere. I can ask them that anytime. But that stuff was relevant in the moment, and people wanted to know that information, right? You got to know how to adapt and flow forward. But yes, I'm with you. Funny enough, I just got a horrific email from Jon Stewart literally 10 minutes before the live stream, which is why I was a little bit late. He came out swinging at me. He's calling me an egotistical, narcissistic, whatever, totally unhinged, unprofessional email that he sent me. So for y'all thinking that I was too hard on Jon Stewart, the guy is loco, absolutely loco. And if he wants to deny that he sent that to me, I will show the receipts, y'all. I don't like this stuff. I don't like this Twitter beef. And he included Jack from Cosmic Road and Clint Weldon from the Night Shift podcast, as if they're all working behind the scenes against me or something. It's crazy. I don't care. I stay out of it. I got content to make for y'all. Y'all are what's important to me, not some crazy ex-wrestler who wants to come at me in emails. That guy's always sending me emails that I just ignore. He's unhinged. He's crazy. So unbelievable. That's the kind of shit that I have to deal with that no one hears about. I keep all that to myself. I don't make videos about all that stuff. You know what I mean? I keep all that stuff to myself because that's just not where I want to focus my time and effort. And I don't think y'all want to focus your time and effort. I'm sure y'all want to explore the phenomena, hear from people and their experiences, and explore thoughts and ideas and theories, right? That's what we want to do, not what did this guy say to that guy? And look, I have made videos about that stuff too, so I get it, right? Sometimes it's important to discuss certain conversations and things that happen, and maybe there's certain things I have covered that I shouldn't have. I'm not perfect, you know. I'm not perfect. My last question was a trick question. You got me. Good job. What's the point of that, Michael? Come on, dude. You know what I mean? So weird. trying to trip me up about a guitar chord. Dude, I'm not Joe Satriani. I've never claimed to be. Relax, brother. Vetted, do you think these ridiculous protests and canvases are a distraction from UAP? Not getting into politics. What do you think about Jack Valet's views that we are dealing with an earthly intelligence instead of extraterrestrials? Yeah, absolutely. The ultra-terrestrial hypothesis. I'm a big fan of it. I think that's I like that. I also like the future humans idea a lot as well. I mean, if we get to choose, right? All right, I'm kind of it's happening again, guys. I'm getting behind on the chat. This happens every time I do this. I apologize. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay. Yeah, social networks are full of narcissists. Life is full of narcissists. Human beings are. And some part of all of us, there's something there, right? To be fair. All of us. Justin, who we just added as a mod here on YouTube, y'all. So say hi to him in the chat. He is together with Ali, and they run, UAP Society, and they got their own thing going, and they are now mods for VETTED, YouTube, and our Discord. Okay, y'all. So shout out to them. Shout out to their channel as well. Please go check it out. I just did a news thing with them last week as well, so please go check that out. And I talk a little bit more about Jason Sands and the Danny Sheehan interview and some stuff. You can get some more information than what I put out on my channel. Corbell said today Kona Blue wasn't even a thing, just a proposal. Yeah, I mean, when I reported on it, that's what I said too, right? It says prospective special access program, right? This is what they were. It was all of those slides and everything that was like to promote, right? That was like to not promote, but to get that's their presentation. That's all that was a presentation. Those weren't files from an actual program, right? If that makes sense. Clips, where did you live in Spain? A lot of places. I did the Camino de Santiago, so I walked across all of Spain on foot. But I lived in Galicia, which is a region, and a few different towns, Extremadura, and Andalusia. So those are different regions that I lived in. Okay, what do you think about us being the giant of old, and that the literature we find of these Nazca mummies are just a past advanced civilization of dwarves? LOL. I don't know. Sure. Right. I don't know. Possible. It's possible till we know it's not possible. Right. So is that intriguing? Absolutely. Can you imagine a bunch of little 1 foot tall beings running around, or however tall they were? Yeah. Honestly, that'd be a great little Keebler elves, making cookies and trees and shit. That sounds great. Yeah, imagine you just walk up to a tree and that little Keebler elf stick out and, want a cookie? Yeah. Holy shit, where'd you come from? Yeah, I'll take a cookie. I'm not saying that's what it would be, but anyway. Sorry. Let's see here. Oh gosh, where is that? First of all, thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you for all the great questions, and thank you to everyone who is tuning in right now to watch. Thank you guys so much. Can't say that name, y'all. Try it with me. Tessinza Magic and 12 Langiza Majestic. 17Q. I don't know how to say that name. What do you think of the Yellow Craft and the Guardian tapes, or the Swedish one on the proof is out there, and the consistent shape and color with the Mount Herman and Washington, D.C. UFO? I got to look into this a little bit more. I can't really give you a good answer, man. I apologize. I'm going to have to say I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't want to just throw you an answer here. But I promise that sounds interesting. What do y'all think? Tell me in the comments. What do y'all think about this question? I mean, if we're basically asking about consistent shapes and colors, that happens a lot in this community, right? And not just with craft, but with stories and experiences. Do see a lot of consistent threads that run through these, right? So that is interesting. That adds credibility and legitimacy. Um, but it can also be a sign of people copying other people, right? As well. Um, it's kind of like, how do you prove that that person didn't know about the other story, right? It's tough. It's not easy. And real quick, great question here. Okay, I mean that. Great question. I wish I had a better answer for you, to be honest with you. So my apologies. Handrik Soravino. Hope I said that right. Only UFO channel I watch. Personally, not a believer, but like the poster behind you says, I want to believe. Thanks. Where is it? Right there. Yeah. No, I feel you, man. Thank you so much for that. Only UFO channel you watch. Wow, that's awesome. I hope we do what you need. And I think a lot of people are like that, right? I definitely want to believe. That's my problem sometimes. I have to stop myself because I want to believe a lot of stories I hear. I want to think a lot of the like. I have to really stop myself and like, okay, Pat, hang on. Let's ask some questions because this is an exciting topic, y'all. Let's be real. All right, let me see if I can catch up, y'all. Thank y'all so much. All caught up. Wow, that was not on purpose. Patrick, who would win in an arm wrestling match? You or Gary Nolan? Where are we? And have I eaten lunch yet? That's what I need to know. Probably Gary Nolan with his mental Amdullah Gada, or what is it? It's he's smarter than me. He'd probably figure out a way to beat me. Look, I'm not a fighter, y'all. I'm a lover. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Lucas writes, do you believe in the Vahina case? I think it's bigger than Roswell. Look, that's the whole reason I started this channel, is because of that case. Because, interviewing James Fox about Moment of Contact and watching that film and that case, and that blew me away. So I am very interested in that case, if I'm being honest. And I want to see what happens, because that story is not over. If you remember, at the end of that documentary, James Fox talks about a video, a smoking gun video that shows the actual entities, and he's trying to get that video. So I know there will be a follow-up to Moment of Contact. When that comes out, I don't know. I know he has shot down there, more footage, more stuff, right? So yeah, I'm very interested in that. Great question. Stephen Wall, great. Thank you. No question, no nothing. Thank you so much, man. Much appreciated. I mean that. Spencer Pierce asks, Patrick, are we going to hear your responses to weaponized comments on Jason Sands? Well, sure. I saw Weaponized yesterday. I heard what he said about Jason, and I mean, that's it, right? Like, you can only verify up to a certain point. Otherwise, I mean, I agree with what Jeremy Corbell said. There's really not much you can go further with it, right? Sounds like the guy wanted to come out and maybe was a little upset that Jeremy and George didn't back him up. A lot of people didn't. And even James Fox's tweet about it was ambiguous to some extent. Because at the end of it, if you notice, he's like, yeah, we still need to be asking questions about this guy and looking into him, right? So even him is still wants some more vetting done on that guy, right? So we'll just wait around. What I thought was interesting is that they called him Jay, right? Jeremy and George called him Jay, and George even says Jay. Other people call him Jason, right? George made that comment, but if you remember in James Fox's tweet, everyone thought he misspelled Jason's name because he put Jay, Jason, right? But I have a feeling that that's actually how Jason Sands spells his name, not Jason, which is how he's been spelling it. So that's interesting. What does that mean? I don't know. But someone like John Greenwald from the Black Vault Those kind of details are super important when you're going to FOIA, right? When you're going to request something from FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act, right? And request documents, things have to be very specific what you're asking for. So that could be a clue as to if anyone wants to make FOIA request about Jason Sands to include both of those spellings. And specifically, I would say Jayson. So in my opinion, I don't think James Fox misspelled Jason's name. I think that's how you spells his name. But again, I don't know. UFO flap now mixed with Beatrix astronomical plate research is very compelling. What? Heiser. This sounds awesome. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm going to look into that. Please send me a message on that, Heiser. I don't know what you mean by that. There's a little bit I got to catch up on, y'all. I know a couple things kind of broke while I was away, but I do need to catch up on that. Stephen writes, hello, everyone. Hope you had a nice vacation, Patrick. I did. I needed it. Sometimes you got to just, take a break. Don't worry, y'all. I work hard, but I also know when to rest and rest my mind and take breaks and shut off my phone and disconnect, because that's important for longevity. So you don't burn out, right? I'm real good about that. So no worries there. But yes, I had a great vacation and I needed it. Stink Floyd writes, is Danny Sheehan's hair registered as a deadly weapon? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Telepathic, more like telepatrick. Fuck, that's pretty funny too. Good job, Johnny. Telepatrick. That's all right. I'm probably gonna steal that, Johnny, if I'm being honest, and yours too, Stink Floyd's. That was funny. Good job, y'all. Yeah, we got some funny people in the vetted comment section, y'all. Dead fish cheese spread. Boy, these names, y'all. What? Oh God. I'm currently putting together a compilation of all the orange flame orbs like the ones I saw. Oh, okay. Very cool, man. I tell you what, send me a, Twitter DM with that, a link to it if it's public. And depending on what it looks like, I may show that. Hello Ali says, listen to Leo Swicky and smash that like button. That's right, y'all. Hit that like button for me. That really helps out the videos. Okay, so thank y'all so much. And again, just thank you to everyone who's tuned in. We're at, I think, 346 viewers, which is nice. Hey, man, one viewer, I appreciate. So thank you to everyone watching right now. I mean that. Philosophy book reader writes, Tucker Carlson said that the UFOs are spiritual beings, but I don't believe in that theory. Well, it's defined spiritual. And if you noticed in his interview with Joe Rogan, he goes off of that, right? He's like, I just mean supernatural, right? Not of nature, right? So I think it's just a matter of defining a lot of the terms that get used because everyone defines them differently and what that means. And that's part of communication. So I think that's all that is. When he uses spiritual, it may not mean it the same way you're thinking about it, right? How we interpret it. Any chance you can interview the expert from the News Nation Vegas alien follow-up? Potentially. I'm sort of looking at different videos to make. So yeah, that's on the list. We'll see. I don't know. Again, I can't cover everything, so I'm trying for sure. Ford Power writes, put this comment on your other video. The Eglin UAP looks like the object seen at LaGuardia Airport in April. Take pilot's drawing and flip it sideways. Same image. I mean, for sure. Again, there's a lot of consistencies in these crafts, y'all, and how they look. I even said that about the Eglin drawing that the pilot had made. That looks just like the drawing that Dave Foley made from Jeremy Corbell and Dave Foley sighting. Just saying. Very interesting. Trevor Ironwolf says, our experience of color is subjective. Color does not exist outside the brain mind. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know if that's true or not. You know what I mean? Vetted, do you ever watch Carl Crusher and what is happening at Mount Wilson? I don't watch him, but I have heard about it. Again, there's just so many people to cover and look at. I'm sure eventually I will get to that. Phantomos Fanto writes, Vetted, thoughts on Ireland UFO mythology being tied to fairies. The deeper you get into that mythology, it gets strange in ancient Celtic scriptures. Recently, UFOs seen coming out of rock openings. Yeah, that's very fascinating. I remember in the Encounters Netflix documentary, they covered this. I mean, it's fascinating. Right? That's definitely a fascinating aspect. And it's not just Ireland UFO mythology, right? Tied to sort of this ancient mythology that's kind of all over the world, right? Even the biblical stuff, right? Like it's what was being interpreted back in the day from UAP phenomena was named a certain thing, and then today it's named that, right? So what they called fairies back in the day, we just call orbs now, right? So potentially, right? I don't know that for sure, but that's my guess. Pavel says, "You mean Gary Swollen?" Oh my God, Pavel. Oh, oh, that's funny. That took me a second actually to get that, but I finally got it. I only got about 3 neurons firing up here, y'all, so it takes me some time. That's pretty funny. Brain of Rain. Patrick, I seriously appreciate the curious skepticism. I'm literally here for it. Thank you, Rain. Yeah, that's all it is. I'm super curious. And remember, someone who's super curious, think about it. They're going to ask questions because you're curious. The people asking the most questions are the most curious. You want more. You want to know more. You're curious. You're going to ask questions. That's the whole point. Skeptical people are very curious. That's the whole idea, right? It's not like, oh, well, my belief is set. No more questions. That's not curiosity. Leo says, thanks, Allie. Love seeing my name in lights. Okay. I don't know what that's about, but now it's on here, Leo. Monkey Boy writes, Ed Vetted, when is the next Patreon meeting? I'm in UK, so usually miss, but we'll make an effort to be around for the next one. It is this Friday, y'all. We're back at it. I only missed this one this past because, I had to go out of town. But yes, we're back this Friday for Patreon. I cannot wait. Y'all, I love those hangouts. You have no idea how much I love those. It's basically like hanging out like this, but instead of just me, I can see everyone. We're all on camera together and we're all just hanging out, talking. It's just chat, just hanging out. It's in theory, talk like I love it so much. Great people, great conversation. I really look forward to that. So honestly, I can't wait for Friday. Yeah, every Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that might be, that's kind of late in the UK. But look, I lived in Europe. People stay up late in Europe, right? So, I mean, I lived in Spain and I get it. I mean, you don't eat dinner till like 11 at night. So you'll stay up late. But yeah, that will be 1 a.m. for you. But would be awesome to have you there, Monkey Boy. Would really love that. Nolan got that caudate Pudaman. Okay, that's what the caudates, whatever. That's what it was. This guy writes modular oblongata. Okay, I think that was it. Damn spell check. Yeah, that's funny. Hello Valley. Vetted, did you make that new Gary Nolan Block Me song your ringtone? LOL, just kidding. Yeah, that's hilarious. That song is hilarious. Skyfire News put it out, and it is quite funny. I got to admit. They have quite a few songs that are pretty hilarious, if I'm being honest. So shout out to Skyfire for doing those. Well, you know what it showed me? Okay, good. Gary blocks a lot of people. It wasn't just a vetted thing, right? Now he specifically blocked us for a reason, but sounds like he blocks a lot of people. So whatever. But yeah, it was definitely very funny. Knight Magnus says Virginia case is absolutely nonsense. Okay. There's a statement. Gary Hawkins, right. It's very easy to get caught up with this topic and go down the rabbit hole. Just make sure you have a lifeline to get back out. Absolutely, y'all. Don't forget to leave the breadcrumbs so you can get back, because that's the problem with this topic. You get in, you just keep going. Well, let me just check out one more thing. Let me just dive in a little deeper into this video, right? Because you watch one video and then they say one thing in the video, like, oh, let me go look that up. And then you watch that video and then they say one thing in that, you go, oh yeah, let me watch that. Next thing you know what I mean? You've drank 3 Red Bulls and you know what I'm saying? It's 4 in the morning and you got somewhere to go in an hour, and holy shit, now now you think the earth or the moon is hollow. Right? Like that shit can get crazy real quick. And I get it. I've seen some videos that have absolutely convinced me of the thing. And then after the video, I have to shake my head like, okay, dude, what's going on? Look, good editing, good storytelling can do a lot for somebody, right? So yeah, that's funny. Rick Roberts, have you done a video on Richard Doty? Do you think he's retired or still working as disinfo agent? You must be new, Rick. Yes, I have. What's funny, Rick and Ricky, huh? Rick Roberts, this might be Rick Doty right here. Yes, just kidding, Rick. Yes, I have done a video on Rick Doty. Rick Doty is not a fan of VETTED. Just put it that way. He is not a fan of VETTED. Night Magnus says, are you joking? Joking about what? I don't know if you're talking to me or who you're talking to. Awesome channel, VETTED rules. Thank you. You rule. Philosophy book reader. Patrick, what do you think about the LaGuardia Airport UFO? Do you think it might be a drone? I made a video about it. Philosophy, go check that out. Just in the last few days. Patrick, I know you have experience preparing food. What's your stance on Waffle House being the best chain in the States? Well, I'm from Texas, and Waffle House has a special place in my heart, if I'm being honest. It does. A lot of fun times at Waffle House at like 2 a.m. with my friends. Yeah, got some fun experiences at Waffle House for sure. So I'm a fan of Waffle House, y'all. Scooter writes, VETTED, what in your opinion has been the best interview thus far and why? Your best interview thus far and why? Honestly, that's a really good question, Scooter. And I don't have an answer for you. I'm trying to think of all the hundreds of people that I've interviewed. I've done some amazing interviews with some amazing people. I don't know, man. That's a great question. Honestly, that's a really good question. I'm gonna have to come back to that. That's a great question. It's like every interview has its reason why I like it. That makes sense, right? Like it's not necessarily that it's better than the others, if you understand what I'm saying. They're all special in a way, you know. It's like asking which of your kids do you love more? You know, I love all my interviews that I've done, you know. There's a reason for all of them and something good about all of them. But that's a great question. Justin writes, that was a very interesting documentary for sure. Not sure which one we're talking about, but I think maybe the Varginha one. I don't know. No point asking a question unless you're paying or part of the clicky Discord group. Load of bollocks questions so far. Dino, what's going on? Dino, thought you were a fan of VETTED. What's going, dude? What a weird turn of events. So I don't know what that means, Dino. Sorry you feel that way. There's no clicky Discord group, I can assure you of that. You know, you have a chance to ask me a question, Dino, and this is the comment you make. You know what I mean? It's kind of an oxymoron here. You had a chance to put a good question. So this is my advice to you, Dino. Be the change you want to see. If you don't think there's good questions being asked, then ask a good question, right? Instead of just complaining. But you're heard, and I'm sorry you feel that way. I've always appreciated your comments, by the way, but not that one. Got to admit. 46B, has this subject changed you? That's a good question, actually. It probably has. It probably has. You know, it's made me more open-minded. I've always been open-minded, but it has made me more open-minded. I do have to admit. I think before starting this channel, I would have definitely been way more dismissive of people's stories and certain events or encounters. Again, I've always been interested in the topic, but I have a feeling I would have been more dismissive, and now I'm definitely not like that. So, um, yeah, I if I just had to pick one thing, I would say that's how it's changed. Carrie writes, I hope you had a nice time with your wife. I watch every day in the UK. Thank you so much, Carrie. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. The goofball side of me still thinks a lot of this UAP story is an X-File continuation storyline. PsyOps continued. Look, again, it's not a black or white issue. It's gray, like the aliens, right? That's my new saying. There's probably some of that to be true, right? Let's be real. There's going to be, if there really is a crash engineering program and we have craft and all of that is true, then it goes without saying that there would be a psyop, going as well to help protect those secret programs, right? So it kind of makes sense, right? Oh my gosh, how far behind am I on comments? I think, oh, holy shit, my bad. I'm sorry, y'all. Holy guys. Okay, I can't even keep up here. Tom Quinn writes $2. Oh, thank you, Tom. Appreciate that. Martin Carl writes, hello from Denmark. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna try to go quicker, y'all. Dead Fid Cheese Spread likes the jam bands. Yeah. Patrick, do you agree that wait, I already answered that. Wait, what's going on here? Patrick, do you exercise or are you on a diet? I'm not on a diet, but I do watch what I eat. I do enjoy food. But I am careful with it, right? Like what I eat, I that is important to me. It just I worked with food for a long time. That's really all it is. If I had never been in the food industry, I probably would because I never did before. I just didn't care. So I think that's all the reason. Do I exercise? Yeah, every day. Take care of this and this, y'all. It's important. You need energy to do the things you want to do in life, right? So if you have goals, you have things that you want to do, take care of yourself. Right? That's going to help a lot more. Raph says, hi, man. What do you think about Phil Schneider's story? Oh, gosh, that's too much to get into here. But great question nonetheless. Jimmy Pinch, have you seen Walking with the Tall Whites, the Charles Hall story? He wrote about this Tic Tac crap in the 70s. Later on Google Maps, you could see the Tic Tacs where he said they landed pre-Google. Apparently that got covered in the latest Y-Files episode, which I've not seen yet. I need to watch that. So yeah, I don't have much more information on that, to be honest with you. But I do need to look up that more for sure. All right, I got to jump down here in these comments, y'all. I apologize. Baked Baines, right? Patrick, that was based. I don't know what that means. I'm not good with slang, so I'm assuming that's not a nice thing. So I don't know how to respond to that. Don't even know what you're talking about. Tom Quinn writes, couldn't get a comment in super chat. Not sure what that means either. Apologize, Tom. Patrick, would be nice to see you have a conversation with Chris Bledsoe. I agree, and I've tried. Okay, y'all, I really have. But he's not doing any, at least minimal stuff until like he's got some projects coming out. So I think he'll do more stuff when that happens. But I'm with you and love your picture and the dogs and all that. You know, I love dogs, so that's awesome, Elizabeth. Okay, I'm reading some comments here that I just can't put up, but they're pretty funny. I gotta admit. Jason Sands releases discharge papers. It reads Jason. I realize that. But with that said, look at the topic we cover. That's all I'm going to say there. Phoenix down, right? Does anything exist outside our minds? It's the big question, right, y'all? We don't know. Farmer writes, I don't want to get in trouble for putting my channel up. Okay. I don't know what that means either. Thank you to everyone watching right now. Thank you guys so much. Why am I seeing a lot of the same? Am I that far behind on questions, y'all? Holy shit, I am. Dude, I can't even catch up here, y'all. You know what? I'm going down to the bottom. Patrick, you're doing a great job. Thank you. Apparently not. I'm getting way behind on the comments, y'all. The comments are coming in so fast, I can't even. Oh, Jesus. Your sports now. How do I send you a link to cover? Discord. Join the Discord, and there's resources there, and you can put it in, and you know, that's the best way to do it. Brookers writes, the kitchen is closed here. If they're hungry, they have to make their own tea. Okay. Hey, Patrick, I love your daily videos. Thank you, Cedric. Look at Daniel over here with the super chat. Just want to say, y'all gang, peace. Diego Garza, thoughts on the resurgence of the LV alien incident? Allegedly, Bigelow has eyes on the situation. And any info on the kid Angel saying he had an encounter with the lady at a gas station that predicted. I don't know the rest of that. I mean, that's an interesting story, y'all. It's interesting how it's going further than I thought that story would ever go, if I'm being honest. So I don't know. DIY camo guy, Patrick, why didn't you ask Danny Sheehan about his thoughts on Tom DeLonge? I don't know. Clay Weber, vetted. Did you see that Cornell and Knapp came out and endorsed Sands, basically saying he is who he says he is, that he testified to Congress? Clay, that is not true. That is not what they said at all. In fact, if I'm being honest, they said the complete opposite of that. They literally said the complete opposite of that. They said they can't endorse him because they can't verify his story, right? They can't come out and endorse him. And then Jeremy went on to say, but what I can say is XYZ, right? So I think you just misunderstood that, Clay, in my opinion. Hang on here, y'all. Clips, what's your favorite X-Files episode? You know, it's one that got banned that they don't show anymore. And I think only 2 of them did, but it's one I always remember. It was about this house. It was like in the South, and it was like about an inbred family. And I remember it had like this cover over the whole house. And I remember there was this one scene where they pulled this woman out from underneath the bed, and she was on this like you know, those shop like a mechanic uses to slide under cars. It's like a little cart, you know, that you lay on, and it has wheels, and you can. There was a woman on this cart under the bed, no arms, no legs, and they just used her to have sex with to create babies. I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. It's one of the creepiest things I've ever seen, one of the creepiest episodes I've ever seen. And if I remember correctly, they banned that episode. Like, they don't even show it anymore. But that was always my favorite episode. It was just nuts. I mean, absolutely nuts. And this was in the 90s. This was like, what the hell is this? It is crazy. I still, to this day, one of the craziest, scariest things that I've ever seen. You know? Is anyone going to address Nolan in the chat? Nolan who? Gary Nolan is here. No way. I don't buy it, y'all. Where is Gary Nolan? Gary says, I don't know if that's really Gary, because Gary spells it with 2 R's, y'all. So yes, I'm here. My time is limited. I'm not certain he's aware. However, I have unblocked him. It was done by my staff PR. If that's really Gary, thank you for saying that. But Gary, you do spell your name with 2 R's. So I hope that's really you. Just to be fair, Gary, if that's you, people do come in and pretend to be other people. Luis Elizon, I've seen a lot of people come in like that. So I don't know if that's you, but I guess we'll check Twitter. And if I'm unblocked, then that's it. So if that's really you, Gary, thank you for watching and for checking us out. I do appreciate it. And your work is much appreciated for sure. But it's hard for me to confirm that that's really you. All right. Where's that? No, right here. Ah, where is it? Oh my God, President Biden is here. um, Nina writes, "Hi, Gary Nolan. Thanks for all your great work." I think that's what Nina means to say. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Regardless if Gary's here. Gary says, please check your DM. You will see it's me. You know what, guys? Should I do that? Should I check? Gary's saying check the DM. I can check in 2 seconds, y'all. Let's find out. Am I wrong? Why not? What else are we doing? Nope. No DMs. So definitely not Gary Nolan. Nope, still blocked. So see, there you go. So that is not Gary. Gary, we're gonna have to block you, buddy. Let's time out Gary, mods, please. He's confusing everybody. See, this is what we got to deal with. Why do people have to come in like that? What's the point of that? Now you got to ask yourself, who's behind that account? People accuse me of being a CIA agent. Forget CIA agents. You got people in this community that just cause chaos for absolutely no reason at all. Think about that. This person decided to do that. Why? I honestly feel sorry for people like this person pretending to be Gary Nolan. I honestly feel sorry for them. Their life is that bad that this is what they're doing. This is how they're spending their time. Remember, you have limited time on this earth. And this person's using that limited time. We're on a rock spinning in space in a massive universe. And this is how this guy wants to spend his limited time. You get a blink of an eye in the existence as a whole. Blows me away. If I'm being honest, people that do that blows me away. Again, I just feel sorry for them. Just feel sorry. So please, mods, let's time him out. Get him out of here. I just checked, Nina. I checked, and I'm not unblocked. That's definitely not him. Again, we could tell right away. Gary spells his name with 2 R's. I'm pretty sure he knows how to spell his own name. I caught that right away. And honestly, maybe that's why Gary does that, because people just assume. But remember, I pay attention to the details. Heiser writes, could be at the center of why Gary blocks everyone. Listen, I don't blame him. Honestly. Vetted, ever been contacted by any agency? Nope. At least they didn't say they were, I'm with the, whatever agency. I mean, nobody's ever said that to me. Oh, hang on. Let me get to this super chat here, y'all. Hendrix, right? Another super chat. Thank you so much, Hendrix. I hope I'm saying your name right. So please correct me if I'm wrong there. Vetted live. Let's go, y'all. DIY camo guy, Patrick, which of the David Grush's 40 whistleblowers are we aware of? And who do we see being the most credible given your research? Yeah, that's a good question, man. Well, if we're going to take what like Danny Sheehan said in my interview, right? Like, what is a real whistleblower? He doesn't think any whistleblowers have come forward, right? But Leslie Kean outed Carl Nell is one of David Grush's 40. Now, see, here's the thing. Okay, actually, great question, DIY Camera Guy, because we're gonna straighten this all out right now. You see, the question itself is a little misleading that you asked, but not because you meant it to be, but because that's what the misinformation is that's out there. David Grush doesn't have 40 whistleblowers with him. He has 40 witnesses, right? That's much different, right? So because Carl Nell and Eric Davis have both said they're one of David Grush's 40 witnesses, but it's not that they're 40 whistleblowers. That makes sense, right? So we just don't know who's out. Carl Nell and Eric Davis, right? And potentially Jason Sands was one of them. So we just don't know enough, right? So given my research, that's what I would say. We don't know enough yet to say anything like that. But honestly, thank you for asking that, because in my opinion, we got to clear that up. Tom with another $2 super chat. Thank you, Tom. Oh man. Sacred Quantum Alchemist. Do you have Signal or Protomail to forward leads to tip line? No, do not send me leads or tips or anything like that, y'all. Again, I don't want any of that stuff. So do not do that, which is why I don't have it. And let's be real. If we know, we all know what happens to Signal messages. They end up getting released online. Yes. Look, I'm going to throw this up. Jeff Malice says, thank you, mods. Absolutely. Listen, Hello Alley, Brookers, Heiser Soze, Daniel, Jessica, Justin. We have amazing mods, y'all. Like, for real. Do such a great job. So happy. And they kill it, y'all. Modding, being a mod is not easy, y'all. It's a lot of pressure. You're sort of stuck of like, oh, what can I do? Can I do this? Should I do that? There's a lot going on. So thank you to them. It's not an easy job at all to do. What I'm doing right here is easy. I just look at questions and I just say what I want. That's easy. What they have to do is the hard part. So thank you to them. T-Mart, are you currently in contact with any whistleblowers who haven't come forward? No, nor shall I ever be. That is not my role, ever. That's not me. Andrew Stacy, if you could travel in time, where would you go? That's a good question. I would go to the future because I wouldn't know what's going to happen. Like, I'm curious. That's how curious I am. I wouldn't want to know. Fuck. Fuck it. Let's just go 200 years. Let's see what happens. See where we are. See what happens. Could be disaster. Could not. I don't know. That would be me. Johnny, if an alien invited you onto the ship, would you go or nah? I would go. I guess I'd have to. To be fair, I need more details. What kind of ship? Is it in good condition? Is it one of these ones that's going to crash as soon as we take off? Right. UAP Limited says, have me on so I can explain to your crowd how to film them. How to film what? UFOs? I think everyone can figure that out, but I appreciate the offer. You just point a camera at it. Robert says, Patrick, great show. Thank you so much, Robert. Whoa, Robert looks like a pilot here. If that's his real picture, look at that. Amazing, Robert. If you are a pilot, wow, much respect. That's something I could never do. There's no way. I'm just not even smart enough to get through all of the stuff that you need to know. Like, mad respect for that, if I'm being honest. Mr. Nightman, Patrick, why are there no UFO or UAP emotes on YouTube? Is that part of the cover up? Come on, dude. Of course that's not part of the cover up. Like, what? Can you imagine they're having a conference meeting and they're talking about the cover up, right? Like all the, the gatekeepers, like, okay, next on the agenda, have we removed the emojis from YouTube yet? The UFO and alien emojis yet? Okay, because that's huge. We got to take care of that. That should be priority number one. No, Mr. Nightman, I don't think that's part of the cover up. in my opinion. Pavel says, not if they have plans to probe, as Whitley Strieber says. Whoa, I think I jumped in on a part of the conversation. I don't know what's going on. Remember, they got questions coming towards me, and the comments are having their own conversation right now, which is great. That's what I love. Ian White filmed them with 3D glasses folded up over any decent phone. Interesting. Okay. I got to be honest. Probably this summer, I am going to figure out do a little special vetted episode where I do try to go out and film some stuff, in the sky, see what happens. I got to work that out, but definitely on my mind. Not saying it's going to happen, but definitely on my mind. Cat eyes. I'm 7 feet 2 inches. There's no way I'm fitting into a craft made for being 3 feet tall. 7 feet 2 inches. Jesus. That is tall. Sharif, you are the real. And don't forget the flavor of cooking with all humankind. Okay. Phoenix saucer emoji will ruin us. CIA probably. Yeah. Don't let them start spreading those emojis, guys. It's over. Steve Wills writes, how do we know it's really you, Patrick? You don't. You don't. You know what? It's time to reveal who I really am, y'all. Just kidding. Right. I pull up Mission Impossible here. Richard Warner asked, or I guess he's answering his own questions. If I could travel anywhere in time, where would I go? I'd show up at Jesus' house and we'd talk. You'd need to know where Jesus' house was, right? And we'd talk. Well, Richard, you're assuming he'd want to talk to you. Just saying. What if he's like, oh, shit, who's this guy? He's like, hey, I got a cross to get on, dude. Yeah, I don't have time for this. I got water to turn into wine, bro. We don't have time, Richard. Timar, are you planning to interested in having Jason Sands on the show? Yes, I would love to. And I tried to interview him. I tried to get an interview with him, but he's not doing them. At least not with me. But I definitely tried. Elena Bodna writes, how come you post daily on YouTube? What's your real job? Like I said earlier, this is my real job. This is it. Xavier writes, there are 2 emojis. Yeah, because I use them too. Remedy writes, Vetted, do you know what phone she was using on the recent catch of New York UFO from the plane? It was an accidental great pick. Oh, yeah, the LaGuardia. That's a good question, actually, Remedy, to be honest with you. That's a great question because it was really clear, right? It looked like the iPhone. Just because I have an iPhone, I guess I just assume they all look like iPhones. But that's actually a great question. I wonder what phone she was using and what is the best phone to use, right? Like, it goes back and forth. Some people say the iPhone is the best camera, and other people are like, nah, that sucks. This Samsung or this one is a better camera. So I don't know. I guess that's up for debate. But great question, Remedy. Will I am. Have you personally ever seen a UFO UAP? I have not. But I want to so bad. You have no idea. That is absolutely. Mr. Nyman says, how'd you do that? They don't show for me. Unfair. Well, maybe the CIA is just after you, Mr. Nightman, and not us, the rest of us. What have you done, right? Christopher Perkins, right? Is Pablo Ibarra a CIA agent? He knows too much information. Can we trust him? Oh, y'all are just cracking me up. Of course we can trust Pablo. You should interview Rick Doty since he's doing the rounds. He will not do an interview with me. I've tried. AG, what would you expect a bumper sticker on a UAP to say? That's a fun question. I don't know. Baby on board? I don't know. Come and take it. That's that's fun. Y'all tell me in the comments, what would you want a bumper sticker on a UFO to say? All right, I gotta jump down here. Oh Jesus. Okay. Again, we're doing butt stuff. Oh, oh God. Oh, Jesus. I needed that laugh, y'all. Oh my God, I'm crying. Thank y'all. Come on, let's laugh. That's funny. Willy Wonkers. Y'all stop. How am I supposed to do this if I keep laughing the whole time? Please. Patrick, Vetted always has in-depth content. Well, I am vetted, but yeah, vetted has always in-depth content that is both provocative and revealing. We're all following the white rabbit down the UAP rabbit holes. We're all simply mad here. Yeah, I mean, well said, of course. Oh, geez. That was the bumper sticker. Get in, we're doing butt stuff. Okay, got it. Okay, yes. All right, that's hilarious. All right, god damn, that's funny. Honk for probing. Oh, yeah. ET on board, man. Y'all's are 1,000 times better than mine. Like hilarious, dude. We stop at all X crossings. Resistance is futile. I love it. Oh man, you see me now. You don't. That's what we're only here for the weed. That's funny. Oh God, hula hooping crossover from Jessica. Oh man. DIY Camo guys, Bob Lazar going to testify to Congress. That's what everyone wants, right? Everyone wants that, y'all. That is for sure. Dude, my kid's an honor student. That's funny. Pardon my language. I'm not trying to curse here. That's funny. Abductees on board. That's also funny. God damn it. Man, why can't I be this funny, y'all? If the disc is rocking, don't come knocking. Oh, SG writes, take me to your dealer. Oh, that's funny, dude. Oh God. Dude, y'all are killing me with this shit. Jesus Christ. I can't even I can't even keep up, y'all. That dude who knows some stuff is Patrick Heritage from Latin America or Middle East. Sorry for any bad guesses. No disrespect. Just curious. Yeah, no worries, man. My mom is from Mexico City and my dad is from St. Louis. So I do have Latin American heritage. No Middle East that I know of. Andrew, right. Earth is for lovers. That's right. Pavo, right. Are shrooms as potent here as they are in Zeta Reticuli? Yeah. Dude, this one's funny from El Taco Grande. My other ride is a balloon. Come on, y'all. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Baked beans or Baines, sorry. Beaked Baines, sorry. Based wasn't an insult. I meant your take on spiritual beings was solid. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't know what based means. I apologize, Beaked. By the way, Avi Loeb's Galileo project is building a new telescope to look for UFOs 20 minutes from me. Also, right by Chris Mellon. Oh, shit. Okay. Very cool. Well, keep us updated on that. I'm a big fan of Avi Loeb. And if you haven't already, on Christian Harloff's channel, right, the big thing that Pavel is a contributor with here in the comments, he just interviewed Avi Loeb. Great conversation, dude. Avi's the man. I'm a big fan of Avi Loeb, if I'm being honest. The Hit Company Extra writes, love this show. Love you, Hit Company. Thank you so much for that. My girlfriend is Kona Blue. She does. Okay. Oh, man. Caution. Squids on board. Oh, that's funny. Beak Bean. Yeah, great interview. Big fan of Avi. Yeah, exactly. No, it was awesome. You ever seen Ghost in the Machine? Our out of Fort Bragg, Liberty. I lost my only bro to these liars. Not playing. Please let me know. What's up, Vetted? You're bringing objective back. I have not seen Ghost in the Machine out of Fort Bragg, Liberty. Sorry to hear you lost somebody. For sure. That makes me sad. So my condolences and my apologies there. And thank you for watching the show and supporting. Sophia Jones says, how do you look so good for 40? Well, I'm 44. So I don't know. It's the lighting, y'all. It's the lighting. Really, if the lighting changed, that's what you'd see. For real. Daniel writes, I've heard some horrible things about Fort Bragg. Oh, well, that sucks. For sure. Yeah. Darth. Do I have to say that name, Darth? Come on. I don't want to say that name, but I guess I have to. I got to just show respect. This is the new age we live in. People have these crazy usernames, right? Darth McButtfart. My kid abducted your honor student. Yeah. Chris writes, just broke up with my girlfriend, so I feel Kona Blue. Good pun. Okay. I'm a big fan of puns. That was a good one. Absolutely. Let's get to a serious question here. Road Pirate Films. Patrick, what do you think the thing about the blue alien Jason Sands is about? Was the rumor about him killing aliens something several people was told by someone? Look, I've said this. I think I said it in Allie and Justin's show, actually. I think there's more to come out about Jason's story, and I think you'll find that the death of an alien is going to come out. That's what I think. I don't know, I just don't want to get into all that, I guess. But I don't know. His story is, you know what it is? It's not Jason's story so much as how his story has come out, I think, and how he tells it. That makes sense, right? Delivery of a message is important in how you deliver it, because like any message, it's the reception that actually matters with the message, right? The message matters, but it's actually how it's recepted, right? How it's interpreted. That's almost more important. And I think that was the bigger issue with Jason and his story, right? So again, I'm definitely going to sit back and watch and see what happens with that, right? Like I think a lot of people are, and I think that's fair. But look, at least certain parts of Jason's story can be verified, and let's be real. Jason has to understand that people are going to be skeptical of that story, right? Well, how could he not be? How could he not understand people's curiosity and questions and being skeptical about it? Like that wouldn't make any sense if he wouldn't understand that. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't make any sense, right? Guarantee you he's skeptical about certain things and people, right? Look at the fight he had with Rick Doty in a X Space that I heard about. Yeah, Jason Sands and Rick Doty getting in a fight at each other, right? Jason Sands going after Rick Doty, like, I don't remember what he said, like, I will put you down or something, like, I don't know what it was, but it was like a threat. you know, and it's hilarious that Rick Doty is calling people out for being liars and disinformation agents. Like, that's hilarious. Let's be real. The irony on that guy, like, I'm blown away, honestly. But it doesn't surprise me of the things that can happen in this community. So I don't know. It's crazy. Heiser says, sorry, y'all. My wife's getting ready to leave for work. We had to chat for a bit. I'm back now. No worries, Heiser. Heiser is a busy person, y'all. Okay. Running big stuff, doing big stuff. So no worries, Heiser. Nicholas Marshall says, if we have DNA, then either they are us or panspermia links us all species. Perhaps there is a projector race. Great show, Patrick. Yeah, absolutely. So that's the kind of stuff I do love to talk about. You know what, real quick, what we're going to talk about before I get to more questions, because I got to make sure I announce this before I end this chat. In the next few days, I'm going to implement, after every single daily video that I do, that I join the live chat. If you see me in the live chat typing, right, I'm part of the live chat, which 95% of the time I'm there, right, to interact during the premiere of the video, right, every video. What I'm going to start doing is, after that video ends, I'm going to be hanging out in a special Discord channel on our Discord server to continue a conversation about whatever video I just made. So basically a little after party for every video that, you know, happens in Discord, right? Because we want to get people to Discord. We've Daniel, especially, I shouldn't say I've done anything, because I haven't. It's all Daniel. Pretty much got the Discord the way I think we want it. Yeah, maybe it's going to be some changes, whatever. But for the most part, you know, I think we're ready for a nice influx of people to come in. So I want to start promoting the Discord a lot more. And basically, that's what I'm going to do. After every single video, after the live premiere is done, I will be hanging out in the Discord server to further chat. You know, you can talk to me, right, personally, ask me more questions about the video or this or that or whatever. It'll be a great space for us to continue the conversation. I'll be there for, you know, 15, 20 minutes extra to just talk and chat and go back and forth. So if you haven't already, join the Discord and get ready for that. We'll do the first one in the next few days. Okay. I don't, you know, you'll know when I'm going to do it, because I'll announce it on that video. Okay. It starts today. And basically when it starts, it's just going to go. I'm going to do it forever after that. Right. And again, pretty much every video. I'm not saying every single day, but pretty much, right? If I'm in the live chat, I will go to the Discord afterwards. Again, I make the majority of them, but some I cannot. So with that said, that will be a lot of fun, right? We'll be able to hang out a little bit more in the Discord and get to know each other. And we're hoping to grow that Discord to, you know, to a nice size. So anyway, that's my announcement. Right. So again, in the next few days, we have a mod meeting tonight with all the mods. Well, at least some of us. I'll be hanging out, Daniel and I especially, and we'll work out those details. We talked about it last week, but you know that is going to happen. And then I had this other thing, this vetted cases that we're going to do, this once a month thing I've spoken about before. Some of you may be like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's fine. We're not gonna start that till June 1st. Because I wanted to just do one thing at a time. After speaking with some of the mods, they had great suggestions, especially Allie, about, hey, let's not overdo this, right? Let's not throw out stuff, right, for the vetters. So first step is going to be that the sort of the after chat in Discord, you know, after the videos. And then starting June 1st, we are going to have these monthly cases that we're going to cover and vet together as a whole in Discord only, right? And then at the end of the month, I'm going to make a video on it and put it on the channel and give credit to all the Discord members who are a part of helping me get information and gather resources. That's basically what it is. We're going to have a case for the month, gather resources for it. I'll make a video on it and it'll be cool. We get to vet stuff together, you know. I can't wait for that. So Daniel says we're close to 400 Discord members now. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't even know that. Guys, I don't pay attention. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how many people we got in there. That's awesome. I thought we had like 50 people in there. Okay. I didn't realize it was 400. Radio Wall of Sound, vetted. Michael Herrera follow-up coming soon. Yes. I'm glad you asked. This weekend, I have my second part to the Michael Herrera story. It is going to kick ass, y'all. Again, I got a special interview with someone who has never been interviewed about Michael Herrera, and everyone is going to want to hear from this person. It just gives a different perspective to Michael's story. Someone who was also there on the same day that Michael supposedly had his encounter, right? That was with him during this supposed encounter. So be prepared for that. It's going to be awesome. And so I'm really excited about that. I've got a lot of editing to do over the next few days. So I'm going to be very busy on that. Those are, the highly edited stuff. You got to write a script. There's a lot of assets to get together. You got to build a storyline out, right? There's just a lot of work to do. It's way different from, live stream or my daily videos where I just sort of hang out and react to a couple things and show some stuff, right? It's way different, way more involved. But it is coming this weekend. I'm not sure exactly what day, but it will be coming either Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or potentially even Monday that I might drop it on. But it is coming. So thank you for asking that. Jason Ward writes, morning patch from New Zealand. Morning. I was going to say, good day, mate. But that's Australia. Hey, maybe they say it in New Zealand, actually. I don't know. Mary Bodner says, Ali, can you drop a link for vetted Patreon? I've been meaning to join. Mary, yes. If you go to any description, if you go to our website, vetted.show, VETTED.show, SHOW. The Patreon sign up is right there. But if one of the mods can throw the link in the chat, that would also be cool. But no worries. If you just go to our website, it is there. Mary has been commenting on vetted videos since I remember her commenting since the very beginning, y'all, when we were nothing. We were probably under 500 subscribers, right? So Mary's OG vetter, y'all. Much respect to Mary. DIY camo guy, where's David Grush? He's been quiet. Yeah, totally agree. Jeff Malice says, you guys are too kind. You're kind, man. You're awesome, dude. I love all this stuff. Thank you, Jeff. Love your hair, dude. Yeah. Do you scrunch? Huh? What? Do you scrunch or fall? I don't know what that guy's saying. Road Pirate. Patrick, it would be awesome if you land an interview with Chris Mellon. Yeah, for sure. It'd be a lot of interviews. Again, right? The interviews is not vetted's bread and butter. They're just nice little special treats that I get to offer the audience. But my bread and butter is the daily videos and hanging out with y'all. All right. Like we're just hanging out. Like I'm with you in your living room or in your car or in the bathroom. You may watch it. I watch YouTube videos there too. Right. Like wherever you are, I'm hanging out with you. And that's my bread and butter, to be honest. But I do love doing the interviews. But that's also a lot of work. So yes, we definitely have more interviews coming. Jason says, only say that in Australia. Okay, my bad, Jason. I apologize. What's the saying in New Zealand? Is it just hello? I don't know. Okay, there you go. Daniel put up the link there. You can find us on Patreon. Yes, we'll be hanging out this Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is the hangout every week, 7 p.m. Friday nights, Central Standard Time. And again, we just hang out, just one-on-one, little group of us. We're all on camera, just hanging out, chatting. And I love it. It's not recorded. It's not live. It's private. It's just, we can speak our mind. It's a safe space, if I can use that word. And it's awesome. And like I said, I truly look forward to that. We got Leanne, Mark, um, Chrissy, who joined us for the last one, Remedy, um, Marcus. Gosh, I'm probably forgetting, and I apologize. Okay, I'm trying to think off top of my head here. Scott. Of course, how could I forget Scott? Whoever joins, like, it's just so awesome, dude. We get to hang out, and I just love it. So shout out to Leanne. Leanne, can't wait to hang out this Friday as well, to hear more stories. You always have great stories to tell. Okay, let me catch up with these comments, y'all. I'm so sorry. I get behind here. Austin Caldwell says, "Did anything ever come about with the Calvine UFO, or was it a hoax?" Dude, great question, Austin. That Calvine photo is like the coolest UFO photo. I love that thing, man. I want to get a big like poster of that, to be honest with you. I love that picture. I think it's still an open, I think it's still unidentified. Like, it's still, I don't think it's been considered a hoax. I mean, as far as I know, that's still like a legitimate, you know, sighting. I find it fascinating, to be honest with you, that story and that picture. It's fascinating, that picture. Andrew Wright, why do scientists and naysayers always say a hyper civ who mastered space travel could not communicate with us in our basic grunting language? I mean, great point, Andre. Great point, man. Absolutely. I think the look you're giving in your picture here, that's the same look I would give. Yeah. Why are you guys saying that? You know what I mean? I agree. Like, yeah, exactly. They can fly this far, but can't figure out how to communicate with us. Get out of here. I agree with you 100%. Great comment. Great question. Nina writes, whoop, whoop. I'd love to vet with friends. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, Nina, join us on the Patreon. Dude, I'm telling y'all, the Patreon hangs are legit. Okay. We have a lot of fun. We probably spend half the time laughing. You know, I'm being honest, there's a lot of jokes. Everyone has a great time. We always leave wanting way more. And it is a good time. And I have to admit, like, I just missed one meeting. Like, I had to put off one meeting for my vacation, and I'm like antsy about the meeting. Like, I'm ready for the meeting to have, like, missing one meeting, like, gave me anxiety. Like, it's weird. Like, I missed it, it made me realize how much I actually look forward to it, if I'm being honest, right? It's like you don't know what you have till it's gone, right? So, like, missing the one meeting, I was like, oh, dude, I really do love these meetings. Danny T-Mart says, Danny Sheehan indicated that more UAP legislation is in the works. Any timeline on that? Not specifically, but my guess is, right, the UAP Disclosure Act that we try to get passed in the NDAA, right, the National Defense Authorization Act, that's every year. So I would imagine that every year they're going to push for this legislation to get passed, right? Every single year they're going to be pushing, right? So I would imagine this year as well. John writes, you should talk to someone who published the research paper about plasmoids in the thermosphere. Yeah, John, I honestly don't know anything about that. So for sure. Chris writes, will you ever do a travel vlog where you go to Mexico City and eat street tacos? Maybe. I mean, when I go to Mexico City and eat tacos, I'm not filming it. I just enjoy it. Because usually I'm there with my family, right? My family, I have a lot of family that lives in Mexico City. In fact, my favorite restaurant ever is in Mexico City. It's called El Tizoncito. They serve these tacos on these, like, it's called a trompo, or the meat's like layered and they slice it off, and it's, oh, dude. I mean, they do that in a lot of places in Mexico, but I'm just saying this specific like place is like my favorite. For sure. It's kind of become a chain, but when I was a kid, it was just this one place, right? It's kind of like a place that kind of blew up. But when I was a kid, it was just this one place. It is, oh my God, it's so good. It's the best. It's the best food on the planet. Radio Wall of Sound says, Vetta, do you ever feel stressed out to put up one video per day? No, not at all. Not even a little bit. Sometimes I want to put more than one video a day because there'll be multiple things I want to cover, but I try to keep every video to one topic. You know what I mean? So, because I don't do like UFO news roundup or anything like that. That's not my thing. That's more like what Allie and Justin do on their channel, and what like Cosmic Road does, right? I just don't do that. That's not me. But yeah, no, but it's not stressful at all. Heiser says, full disclosure, I'm usually showering watching YouTube. Wow. Sorry for the visual. Not when I'm modding, of course. Heiser. Heiser. Oh, that's hilarious. Heiser. Now we can all picture you showering, Heiser. Go ahead, guys. Let's all just mentalize that right now. Vamos a mentalizar eso. Okay. Heiser showering. Go ahead. Get it in your heads and leave it there. Just go ahead and pin it. Just kidding. Oh, Patrick, you are with me in my bed. No Diddy. Okay. Wow. Is my wife around here? No, I'm just kidding. Layton Donovan says, no Diddy. That's hilarious. Christopher Perkins writes, how much do you think Arrow is hiding from the public? A lot. Again, I think whether or not, again, I keep saying this on the channel, like whether or not I don't think it matters. You're into UFOs, you're not into UFOs, you believe it, you don't believe it, doesn't matter. Arrow sucks. It's not a good government program, period. And let's be real, that's not a surprise. Anytime you ask the government to get in charge of something, it just usually doesn't go well. So this is no different. Again, regardless of how you feel about the topic or the phenomena, Arrow is not holding up their end of the bargain, in my opinion, and not doing a good job. Oh, Nathan, any juicy info with Danny Sheehan not in the stream? Nope, I put everything in there, y'all. We spoke for a few minutes before the interview started, and then we just got going. I just told Danny, like, let's just keep it all in the interview. You know what I mean? Let's get it on. I mean, we had a few pleasantries before. That's always nice, right? He had to like reset his webcam and get some stuff set up, right? And he was there early before me. Danny's punctual, man. He takes it seriously and he shows up and he cares. That's what that showed me about Danny. So you know what? That is some, I don't know if you want to call it juicy, but that's something about Danny Sheehan to consider, right? It's not part of the interview. You don't know that, but that shows that he cares. And his team is really good about following up. They follow through. They don't miss emails. He has a great team working for him, very professional. And I respect that. If I'm being honest, that's very respectful. I could appreciate that. And again, Danny showed up early. He was there, ready to go. And that says a lot about somebody. I've interviewed a lot of people, right? And I've set up interviews with people. Some people will just ghost you. They just won't even show up. Very few. Okay. It's very rare, but it happens. Or they'll reschedule with you in the last second, which I've had to do myself sometimes. Things do happen. So it's all good. But yeah, man, Danny was there early, ready to go. Like I'm saying, he stayed way longer than he was scheduled with me. Now, for whatever reason that is, I don't know. He was either enjoying the conversation or, I don't know. But yeah, nothing but respect for him, man. To be honest with you, it showed me a lot of other things that I otherwise wouldn't have known had I not done the interview. So honestly, Nathan, great question, man. Mods, do y'all see this guy named Keith Burtons? Let's just time that guy out, man, please. I'm tired of seeing the same comments. Again, who are these people with these weird lives, dude? That's a human being typing this nonsense right now on a keyboard, right? Wasting their time. I don't get it. Honestly, it blows my mind. but we're not going to focus on that anymore. Cat size, right? Danny sounded really kind, almost fatherly in that interview. I really thought you'd been friends for a long time. Oh, very cool. You know, I'm not trying to brag by no means, but this is what I've been told. I've been told I'm good at interviews and conversations with people, right? It's why I got chosen to host my other podcast, and to do those interviews. And you know what it is? I care. I care. So I listen. I'm a good listener. And, just in real life, when I talk with somebody, I look at them in the eye and I lean in. I'm there, right? I'm in that moment. I'm not checking my phone. I'm not looking around. I'm there. I'm with you. I want to know about you. That matters to me. And I could tell Danny's the same way, in a lot of ways. And that's probably why we got along. And I actually look forward to way more conversations with Danny, for sure. And yeah, nothing but respect for Danny. If I'm being honest, like nothing but respect for the dude. Okay, sorry. I'm okay. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, that guy's crazy. Sarwan says, I'm late for everything, can't get myself anywhere on time. No, I get it. I totally get it. Honestly, when I was younger, I'm Latin. See, in Latin culture, let's say someone throws a party at 3 o'clock, right? Let's just say 3 o'clock, right? 4:30, 5 is when people show up. Like, that's crazy. It could be really way past the time, right? Whereas maybe more American culture, it's like, so you said 3 o'clock, I'm here, or 10 minutes early, right? You said 3 o'clock. This is where I am. Where in Latin culture, it's like, well, it's just a night roundabout idea of what time it is. Like, uh, in fact, if you showed up at the time that it said, like people be looking at you like, why are you here early? Kind of funny. Legend. Hang on. I got a super chat here. I gotta throw on here. Oh my gosh, have I missed some super chats, y'all? Yes, I have. Okay, we're going straight to the super chats, y'all. I have missed some. My apologies. Robert. Oh, I did get that one. Did not see this. DIY Camera Guy. Thoughts on why Tom DeLonge has been absent from the subject, given the subject's explosion? That's a great question, dude. He's kind of trying to come back. He's done a couple interviews with Jim Simivan, right, on TTSA. He maybe got some burnout. Plus, Blink 182 got back. They got a big tour. I mean, he's just a busy guy. I think he's probably still in it, just not the same way. Right. Gazoo, super sticker. Thank you so much, Gazoo. Rick Roberts, straight out from Uranus. Got ya. That's how you really say it. Oh, Ricky. Legend. Fave German car brand, Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Audi, or Porsche. Awesome show, vetted. Legend in the house. I've never thought about that. What's my favorite German car brand? Never had that conversation. Not really a car guy. Like, I don't really care. As long as I get from point A to point B, I don't care how I got there. I mean, pick me up in a UFO. Let's go. But I guess if I had to choose one, I know they've had some controversy, but I love Volkswagens, especially old ones, old school ones. I do. What do you want me to say? Porky Rabbit says, what is your biggest pet peeve in ufology topic? The drama, like Twitter drama and Twitter beef and that shit, and people like leaving the weird comments and stuff, pretending to be other people and just weird comment. Like, what's the point? Like, what are you doing with your life, man? That's my pet peeve. It's like disruptive people, bringing attention to themselves over everyone else, right? Over everybody. Not a fan of that. All right, guys, we're going to be winding down this live chat. Okay, y'all. So I'm going to go till 2:00. So 17 more minutes. All right. And we will end. Okay. Holy cow. My bad, guys. Here we go. Let me get some of these questions. Bella B, I put in chat, turtles are part of native heritage and our governor shoots dogs and got a warning. Okay. Well, take their warning. I stand behind the mods and whatever decision they make. So heed their warning. Please, let's not argue with the mods, y'all. They're doing a hard job. If they gave you warning, just say, okay, just deal with it. Right? There's no point in fighting back. You look silly if you fight back a little bit, right? You look silly. Like, just show a little respect. And Bella, I've seen you leave great comments, so don't take it to heart, right? Just let it go. Learn to let stuff go. Tom DeLong did have a recent podcast on the TTSA podcast. Yeah, exactly. With Jim Simivan, right? Million writes Porsche. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, honestly, all those brands like BMW, Audi, right? Again, I don't really care. It's just like, get me where I need to go. I could care less, dude, what I drive. I don't care about a lot of stuff, y'all. I don't care what I look like. I don't care what I'm wearing. I don't care what people think. I don't care what I'm driving. I don't care what job you got. I don't care how many followers you have. I don't care whatever. I don't care about a lot of this surface stuff. It's I love authenticity, genuine, you know, interactions and people and things. And that's, I'm not a materialistic person in any way. In fact, anyone that knows me personally, it's a big part of who I am. I just don't care. I will give the shirt off my back to somebody. Like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm not into labels and that stuff. I just don't care. It's just not important to me, especially the older I get. Like, what's important? The biggest thing to me are experiences. I've always spent money on experiences. I want to experience new things because I'm so curious. I love traveling, love getting around. Nina writes, I grew up in Germany. If you're not early, you're late. Look, I get that. We have a saying, well, at least the saying I've heard in different places I've worked, right? If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're fired. So I get it, right? It's just different cultures. It's just like culture. Future Tech PhD writes, I like walking and listening. It motivates me. Absolutely, man. I do the same thing. I take a lot of walks every day. I mean, I got dogs, so I take every day a lot of walks, no matter the weather, no matter what's happening, no matter how I feel, every single day. Well, when I say I don't miss a day about the videos, dude, I don't miss a day with a lot of stuff in my life. There's a lot of stuff that I do every day, no matter what. And that's one of them: walking, listening, and getting some exercise, for sure. Tabitha Osborne. Sorry. I just care that my family and I are happy and healthy. That's the focus. Much respect. Exactly. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Hillbilly Herb writes, I don't have a VW bus, but have a full-size school bus in the woods. LOL. Hey, very cool. Yeah, I love those VW old school vans and stuff. I mean, come on, those are cool, dude. Road Pirate says, what's your favorite movie about aliens? Yeah, I've answered this before, but God, it's tough. Look, I love Fire in the Sky, Arrival, 2001, Space Odyssey, Alien, the original Ridley Scott. I love Aliens, the James Cameron sequel. Dude, I love so many Alien films. Like, I love them all. Dude, I'm even a big fan of Independence Day and shit like that. Like, I just love alien movies. Like, period. I love future sci-fi movies too. Like, I'm into all of it. But I guess if I had to pick one, it would definitely be a toss-up between 2001: Space Odyssey and Fire in the Sky. I just love both of those movies so much, man. Patrick, you care about gas station whiskey and donuts. That's funny. You have it the other way around. It's Spanish whiskey and gas station donuts, but close. Ivan Marakov says, "What's your favorite gin or gun? What's your favorite gun?" I don't have a favorite gun. Not really a gun guy. Shot a lot of guns before. I live in Texas, so I have a lot of friends that have them. I've been to shooting ranges and stuff. I've even one time, my cousins in Mexico, my cousins took me to ride horses and we shot guns. We were like riding horses and shooting guns. It was like crazy. That was fun. But I don't have a favorite gun. I've never owned a gun. I don't have a gun in my house. So I don't really have a favorite one. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all, I'm trying to catch up here. I'm so sorry. Okay, 10 more minutes, y'all. Dylan writes, bring back the Beetle. Yes, the VW Beetle. William Moore writes, I live in New York City. I walk in the park daily. Dude, New York's great. I lived up in Philly. We go up to New York all the time. And yeah, great, dude, talk about a great city to walk in. Shit, that's a great city. And Central Park is awesome to walk in. It can be shit too sometimes. I'm sure you know that. But yeah, absolutely. Walking is one of my favorite things to do. I mean, I walked the whole country on foot, 550 miles, 29 days. Every day I walk. Like, I love walking, like a lot. It's great for you. And it's a long-term thing you can do well into your old age. Walking. I like to jog too, don't get me wrong, but not as much as I love walking. I can literally walk forever. Forever. I can literally could just walk a lot. Ben says, what kind of dogs? I have 2 rescues, Rocket and Mac. Rocket is from Spain, brought him over, and they're mixes. They're don't really know their breed entirely. And then another rescue that I got here in Dallas from the SPCA. I love getting rescue dogs. I'm a big fan of that. Have you ate Puerto Rican food? Absolutely. I have eaten almost every type of food, probably. I've eaten a lot of stuff, all kinds of cool shit, to be honest with you. Definitely had Puerto Rican food. Yeah, my first wife, I've been married twice. My first wife was Puerto Rican, Boricua. So I've had Puerto Rican food. It's good. Shit, I used to go to the Bronx and Queens. Get a lot of Puerto Rican food. And yeah, dude, I love Puerto Rican food. Some friends that I grew up with locally, they were Puerto Rican, so eat at their house. Yeah, I love Puerto Rican food. Nora writes, VETTED, thank you for a wonderful show and answering one of my questions. Every day is a gift. Every day is a gift is my favorite new saying. Absolutely, Nora. My pleasure. Thank you for joining. Thank you to everyone who has joined us today. This has been fun. Again, I do this every month, first of the month. So the next one will be June 1st. That doesn't mean I won't do more live streams during the month, but they'll just be sporadic, random surprises. I may do one at night and it may be about a different thing. This is guaranteed once a month, first of the month, where I will sit and answer your questions and hang out with you and do my best to answer as many as I can. That's what that's for. So absolutely. I enjoy this stuff. I really do. I love, it's all about y'all. Right. That's what this is about, in my opinion. So that my favorite thing is interacting with the audience. Like, it's my favorite thing. Are you familiar with Chris Bledsoe? Absolutely. Follow my videos about Tim Taylor. Tabitha. Hope I'm saying that right. Please check our channel. Tim Taylor. Yes. I know who Chris Bledsoe is. Richard Warner writes, I jog with 5 pounds in each hand. Look at our man Richard over here. Maybe you will talk to Jesus, Richard. Maybe you will. That's what I'm talking about. Doing the weights and jogging. That's some real shit right there. What do you believe in more, intelligent orbs or the grays? I mean, I can't really answer that. It's not that I believe in more in one or the other. You know what I mean? They're both fascinating. Ben AOA says, thanks for the barbecue recommendations a while back. Okay, I hope I did a good job. I'm not sure I remember, but maybe I do. Were you maybe coming from California or something and going to San Antonio? Is that right? Or am I getting that wrong? I could be wrong. Or, you were going to Austin maybe. But yes, if you need barbecue recommendations for Texas and you're coming, absolutely hit me up. I know the places to go. Look, we're trying to keep cursing out of the chat. It's not, I mean, some stuff's gonna, I almost said shit. Fuck. You know what? I'm trying not to curse, right? We're trying to keep the cursing out of the chat. So you just redact it, just like write it a different way or put something else. That's it. We're trying. Some stuff's going to slip through. It happens. All right. So it's all good. We'll do our best, but that's what the mods are referring to, right? So that's all that is. We're just trying to do the best we can. We're not going to be perfect. Some stuff's going to slip through, and that's all good. We just try to minimize it. That's all it is, if you can. Clearly, I slip up as well, and we're not perfect. So, it is what it. All right, I gotta get out of these new comments here. Jessica says, I didn't get this memo. Yeah, Jessica, check the Discord moderator channel, something, one of those. I put the chat rules, right? Whatever. You'll catch up. Let's put this out here. Gem Girl says, thanks, mods, for being you. Thanks, Patrick. Also, have a great day, Vetters. Hands, yellow heart, hands. Oh, that's the emojis. Okay. Interesting. It puts it like that. Yeah, thank you, Gem Girl. Thank you so much for joining today. Glizzard Wizard says, hey, this is the curse jar. Add $1 for every word. Yeah. Oh, was that Pavel cursing? You CIA plant, you trying to ruin my chat with kind Look, in real life, I talk like a sailor. So cursing is not cursing is kind of really hard for me. I'm being honest with you. It's just like part of things I say. I can't help it. You may hear my dogs. I do apologize. They're barking at other dogs. Hey, listen, that's just part of the word. Yeah, part of the world here with dogs, right? Dave says, I try my best here, but I do have a potty mouth. Look, I feel you, Dave. Like, I get it. Like, I worked in kitchens. Get out of here. I almost said, get the F out of here, because that's how I think. Again, I get it. We're all adults. It's more just, let's just do the best we can. Right? Doesn't mean anything. Stuff slips through. I don't really care. If I'm being honest, it is what it is. Not going to worry about it. Here, okay, got 2 minutes left. This is going to be our last question here. Okay, guys, how do you see Space Force changing the game when it comes to UFO alien disclosure? That's a great question. You know, I don't know how to answer it, if I'm being honest. That's a great question. You know, I love questions that I can't figure out the answer to or that I have to think about more, right? Or you know what I mean? Those are great questions to me because it stumps me. I'm like, "Huh, need to think about that." So I don't know. How do I see Space Force changing the game? You know, I don't know. I don't know. It is a good question. Tell me what you think. You know, how do you see it changing the game? I mean, that's a good question for sure. I mean, look, you got you know, we've heard some stuff, right? So who knows? But let's be real, Space Force, right? If we are going to get into some galactic battle, we're going to need a Space Force. So anyway, all right, y'all. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for joining the live chat today. Again, we'll do it every month. So the next one will be June 1st. And we'll do another AMA, I guess, if you will. That's what we're calling it. AMA, Ask Me Anything, Q&A, whatever. But again, doesn't mean I won't do more live streams. This is a guaranteed one every month, first of the month. And again, don't forget, within a few days, somewhere in there, I'm going to start the Discord after party, I guess. I don't know what to call it yet. But again, just to reiterate and repeat, after the premiere of every video, right, when it live premieres and we have the live chat going and I'm in there chatting with everybody, afterwards, I will be hanging out in Discord for anywhere from 15, 20, 30 minutes, depending, answering more questions, getting into more detail that I can't really on YouTube, right, about whatever video I made. And I'm sure people are going to ask me questions outside of that, and that's fine. But that will be guaranteed. So please, again, if you haven't joined the Discord yet, go ahead and join so that you're all set up for when that starts, right? Because it can take a minute to kind of, you know, get your feet wet, especially if you've never done Discord before, right? Go ahead and get joined, get in, learn the ropes. I'm still learning Discord, and I don't think I'll ever learn it, but you know, I will know how to do this. Okay, because Daniel's helping me. I got everyone helping me figure out. You know, I can get in there, talk with everybody, and then I'm out. And the conversations continue, right? There's all kinds of channels. There's a lot happening in there, to be honest with you. If you just want to have conversations in general about the topic, right? It's not all vetted conversation in there, right? Honestly, mucho menos. Like, it's actually way less than, like, it's conversation about other stuff. People share their videos, other content creators, just conversation whole. You can learn a lot, make new friends. It's a great place, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything. So again, we'll start that in the next few days. I'm really looking forward to that, how that's going to go. Again, after each live premiere, jump right to Discord and talk a little bit more in depth about whatever the video was or whatever, right? So, and don't forget, our Patreon meeting is this Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, doing that every Friday. And we just hang on camera. It's private. It's not recorded. And we just hang and talk about the phenomena. Right? We just laugh. Everyone tells stories. We get to know each other. And I really look forward to that every week. So can't wait for this Friday. So anyway, I do want to say thank you to, one last super chat I need to throw up. My bad. Time doesn't actually exist. Clocks exist. Great job. Love that. So thank you to the mods for doing what they do. Thank you guys for watching. And we have some great content coming up this week. I can't wait for tomorrow's video. And we just have a lot of great stuff coming up, y'all. So again, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to the mods again for everything they do. And there's some balloons for y'all. Celebrate. Whoa, some UFOs. Look at that. Look how many UFOs are flying around. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Remember, every day's a gift, y'all. Peace.